crypto can make billions from commodity markets as a lending arm is created. We're also going to talk about Ripple awards along with XRP price talk because the volume is starting to move. Got to check out those charts.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Along with a parasite almost as bad as Gensler. Again, a story that you cannot make up. Bitcoin sitting at the... No, your comments come first. Hot, spicy, naughty. I don't know, relevant helps. Maybe I'll share it in the beginning of the next video. Jeff starts us off. Says we will hit $40 before XRP gets the green light from the Supreme Court. If it goes to the Supreme Court, which again, you know, if they're not happy with how the appeal gets read out, then guess what, everyone, and they don't settle. Yeah, Supreme Court, you'd be looking at like 2027. Cam just put out a pandering statement mentioning her supporting crypto reg. Smells like poopy because it is poopy. This is coming from Gramps D63. What else do I got for you? Tim Smoke says, not sure there's ever been a bigger fan of the Sox than Klaus. Oh, totally, dude. I've been to hundreds of games. I've been a season ticket holder. I've taken my wife on dates to the Sox games. We've taken our kids there. My wife grew up literally like blocks from the park. Like, dude, the White Sox are like a big part of our lives, man. Bitcoin sitting at 65,684. ETH is 2630. We're going to talk about ETH, and we're also going to talk about how the heat map is looking nice and juicy. We're going to use the word juicy a lot today. If you don't like juicy or moist or damp, sodden, well, then this might be a tough video for you. I'm going to use those adjectives. We're going to let them fly. Sol's at 155, XRP at 54.6. Dot making a big move as well. Meme making a move on the scene as well. Pundit calls out the SEC for battling Ripple and XRP, while Ethereum ICO is untouched. You know, honestly, all the theories and the conspiracy theories and all that kind of stuff, hey, it's fine. Believe whatever you want, think whatever you want. The reality is this is in the hands of the court. And you cannot tell me out there that there has not been something more murky than this. Where else have you seen a complete lack of real clarity? Because think about it. You have companies, crypto companies, going to the SEC saying, so how do we apply? And they're like, well, right here. And they're like, yeah, but this doesn't make sense. This doesn't fit us. This isn't how we work. This isn't how our business works. It'd be like someone who cuts trees trying to fill out a permit to be a water purification company. They're going to be like, we have chainsaws now, water filters. People don't drink our gasoline that we use, our two-stroke gas mix, see what I'm saying? Like it's a real weird thing. And a lot of people have thought even that the SEC tries to lure people in to register so that they have information on them, so then they have more information to go on them later. That's kind of messed up. So think about this. This is all going to be about clarity from the courts, and it is going to come down to the Supreme Court, okay? Both sides are not going to cave in because this really could set the tone for the rest of crypto. Got to pay attention to this, all right? And we're going to talk juicy XRP talk and something even worse than Gary Gensler and how much he does not like Ripple. Yeah, something worse. Tether plans to lend billions from its massive reserves. According to a Bloomberg report, Tether is on the lookout for places to allocate billions of dollars in profits. This news comes amidst speculation that the company may leverage its reserves for lending, particularly to the commodity trading companies. Tether's found a way to make more money. Tether's meetings with traders have also included conversations about how its stablecoin, which has already gained traction for ways for traders and producers to avoid the dollar in countries like Venezuela and Russia, are subject to myriad U.S. sanctions, might be used in more mainstream commodity trades. Trafalgar Group had 77 billion lines of credit with about 150 institutions at the end of March. Smaller players can struggle to access the funds they need to keep the shipments moving. By using Tether, you can make a lot of this stuff happen. I'm bringing this up because stablecoin market cap is just growing. Trading volume with stablecoins is huge. There is lots of usage in this stuff. And even if countries don't believe in the dollar, backed by the dollar, they're willing to play. And Tether has proved that. I mean, the volume is just absolutely nuts. Now, getting that tied into commodities, you got to start asking yourself, okay, so if Tether's profits are out there being used to lend for commodities, are there any risks on the commodity side that could then put that at risk then for Tether's holdings, right? Because think, you're lending your profits out. What happens to them? What happens if they can't pay you back? What if there's a crash in commodities? Gold, we've seen, has been pumping. It's been juicy. Gold has been moist. Oh my, has gold been moist. If you don't think gold produces the moisture, then you've got something wrong. Something wrong, because it's been really good. But what if that bubble pops? And all of a sudden that money was lent out to a whole bunch of commodity, and it was like maybe gold-based stuff out there. Maybe, right? Maybe that's the company they were dealing with. And all of a sudden now they're like, yo, bro, we're short by a lot. We are like defaulting. Then all of a sudden their assets come. And then all of a sudden we play that crypto hot potato game that we're just now like really getting out of. Because remember when Luna crash had affected that company. And then that company couldn't pay that one. And then that one couldn't pay that one. And then before you know it, all of crypto melted down. So I think this is cool, worth sharing the news. Juicy, yes, because I think, again, another utilization of crypto. If crypto can get its fingers into more things, that's good. But it also means if it gets its fingers into more things, you get in trouble sometimes if you put your fingers in more things. I'm just saying. It applies to crypto, too. Ripple achieves prestigious award. We talked about that, but this is what I really want to talk about. Craig Wright files for a $911 billion lawsuit. For this, Wright demands almost £1 billion sterling from Bitcoin core developers and Dorsey Square. Additionally, in a recent expose, Wright hinted at the possibility of suing MicroStrategy and its co-founder Saylor as well for potentially misleading shareholders. The reminder that Craig Wright created Bitcoin in 2018, claiming that it was the real Bitcoin. This is just a freaking mess. Absolute mess. And by the way, I've got all this stuff linked down below. Here is the court document, the one that was just recently filed. That was filed on October 10th. Broke the news out on the 11th, and now it is circulating, verified, good to go. According to the case from Case Tracker website, CSW appears to have filed another lawsuit against the BTC core devs and Square on the 10th of October 2024. Holy crap. So who is worse? I mean, because, dude, Craig Wright was just, like, told in the courts, like, yo, you have to tell people that you're not Satoshi because, like we've proved it. Like, we've proved that you're not. And now he's doing this. I mean, he is not going away. Oh, this is not good. It's like that Billy Mitchell guy. Isn't that who that is? He was the Donkey Kong guy, I believe. Either way, XRP, looking good, looking good. We got through that 54.5. We did the 55, but then we got pushed back. But healthy move. Volume has heavily picked up. We're back over 1 billion in volume. But when we zoom in a little bit here, you know what we're going to do. We're going to go to that 15-minute candlestick, because if you need more than 15 minutes to get your point across, maybe you're not doing it right to begin with. Sorry, I was looking at charts up on the screen. I got distracted a little bit. All right, let's see what that high candlestick was for the day. It was 55.24, pushed on down support above that 54.50. There you go. That's when all of a sudden the resistance flips and becomes the support. Yes, very short term. This move has just happened over the last hour and a half. That's why you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because when I do this, I literally write the whole script, and then at the end I do the price so that it's the most relevant for when you watch it. Very eager to see if this move can break it, because this move would break the trend that we have seen since the 3rd of October, so almost 2 weeks ago. I am glad to see that XRP volume pumping back up. I'm glad to see that XRP Tether pairs are looking healthy. Yeah, there's some XRP Usdt teat going on. Volume overall, by the way, up 74%. This last weekend was just blah with volume. Oh, there was nothing going on. But I want to hear from you. All right, and it's early on this move right here, so we're not going to call anything, not a big deal. But I want to hear from you. How are you feeling right now about the price? Do you believe that we're going to be going into more downward pressure going into the election? Or do you think we're going to see XRP on the upside going into the election? Oh, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. I'm delighting, letting the natural light in from the outdoors and no LED in the background. It's giving me the opportunity to look at that about 90-foot monster that's like leaning like this, okay? And actually here, I'll tilt sideways so you can get the idea of what I'm talking about. It's like really leaning like real heavily. And it's kind of hanging over my fence. So I got to climb up the tree a decent amount and then cut it past my fence line. So I think I got to climb, and maybe like 15 feet, because they don't want it to fall and mess up the fence, because then the doggies could get out. And the Danes are getting really, really big, and they can pretty much climb and jump over anything. So that's what I've got going on. But what we've got going on in the crypto market is the need for honest regs, either an update, right? Because that could help us out with a lot of this stuff. We also need the courts just to do their thing if we don't get the regs, and that just takes time. It's unfortunate because it does hold up a lot of U.S. capital. Actually, it holds up a lot of capital. Because think about this. If the U.S. is roaring economy-wise, foreign countries want to invest in the U.S. and kind of suck on that teat. And there is nothing wrong with that. It's awesome. You ride the hot pony, right? When it's juicy, you ride it. You do. Now, when you're doing this and you're getting that U.S. capital and you're getting this stuff built in, all of a sudden, like, it just really, really increases the amount of money that's flowing in. But now all of a sudden, that money out here that keeps wanting to flow in, it can't, because it's like, ooh, is it dirty? I mean, the SEC is still having kind of a problem with this. They're going after all the exchanges. The politics there are kind of, so there's money on the side then that could really, really fuel this, which would be amplified by the U.S. money, right? Is kind of sitting there waiting for these next few weeks to plan out. How the election goes, obviously, it's not just going to be the president's house. It's going to be who wins control of the Senate along with who wins control of the House. Because if all three aren't together, it's really, really hard to get partisan issues across without adding a lot of, like, money, some pork, some fat, some bad juice. Okay, that's bad juice. That's the lowercase j. Good juice is like the good big J. And right now, we can't add to our debts like we could have a few years ago, because you're sitting here going, no, your debt to your GDP, and not just the U.S., but globally, is really getting stretched. So we can't use the same tactics before to fix this. We have to do something, very, debt friendly. So it's going to be a weird impasse, and I think these next few weeks are going to show us some interesting moves. So sit tight. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you dig content like this. Again, that tree is calling my name. Gonna straddle that bad boy, get up there, bring out the old chainsaw and cut her down. Oh, this is gonna suck. Choo choo, bitches.